From Dani Rodriguez's future uncertainty to Marcus Rashford's registration drama, we break down everything happening at Camp Nou. On his 18th birthday, rising talent Dani Rodriguez returned to training after a shoulder injury, but Valencia are eyeing a move to sign him. At the same time, Marcus Rashford is waiting to be registered before the LA Liga season opener, with HANSI Flick facing a series of challenges in squad selection. We'll also cover Barcelona's goalkeeping saga, potential departures like Hector Fort, and who is likely to start against Mallorca this weekend. Stay tuned. It was on May 3rd when Dani Rodriguez made his debut with the FC Barcelona first team in the match against Real Valladolid. However, on what should have been his big night, luck was not on the winger's side, as he suffered a dislocated right shoulder in the first half of the match. This week he has returned to training with the reserve team, but his future at the club has now become uncertain, with Valencia pushing to sign him from the Catalans. Dani Rodriguez open to Valencia switch. Now, according to Sport, Dani Rodriguez is considering offers to leave Barcelona as he believes the RFEF Segunda Division, where Barça Athletic play this season, is too low a level for him. In that regard, the most advanced option is that of Valencia, who intend to secure the services of the 20-year-old on loan with an option to buy. The Mestalla side are looking to strengthen their attack following Fran Perez's move to Rayo Vallecano. Los Che have positive reports on the La Masia attacker and see him as a market opportunity, given the conditions that could be agreed with Barcelona. Although Rodriguez renewed his contract a year ago until 2027 and his dream is to succeed at the Catalan club, he is aware that he needs to gain experience at the highest level so that his progression is not stalled. A series of injuries over the past 2 seasons has prevented him from finding continuity despite his great talent. In addition, the high level of competition in the first team after the arrivals of Marcus Rashford and Rooney Bargi makes it difficult for Dani to get minutes. Thus, he does not view a move to another La Liga side negatively, and he is attracted by Valencia's proposal. The winger prioritizes playing time, and the offer from the Mestalla club guarantees him minutes, in addition to having the confidence of coach Carlos Corberán. Barcelona and Valencia at loggerheads over terms of deal. Negotiations between the clubs are now the next step. Valencia are proposing a loan with an option to buy. However, Barcelona's position remains firm. Deco, given the club's situation with the financial fair play regulations, favors a permanent transfer while maintaining control over the player through a buyback clause and a high percentage of his rights. Talks between the clubs will resume next week. The player's agent, Pini Zahavi, who has a close relationship with the Barcelona board, will play a key role in unlocking the deal. However, if an agreement does not materialize, it is not ruled out that Rodriguez could remain at the Catalan club. Marcus Rashford is extremely lucky to have ended up at Barcelona this summer, with former Liverpool midfielder Steve McManaman providing a savage verdict on the Manchester United loanee. Marcus Rashford spent the second half of last season on loan at Aston Villa after being told he was not part of Ruben Amorim's plans at Manchester United. The versatile forward, capable of playing as a left winger or centre forward, looked revitalized during his time away from Old Trafford but ultimately failed to convince Villa to make his move permanent. After Villa declined their £40 million (€46 million) by option, Rashford sought a new club and eventually joined Barcelona, who had missed out on signing wingers Nico Williams and Luis Diaz. So far in pre-season he has contributed 1 goal and 2 assists in 4 matches, aiming to impress manager HANSI Flick and earn a permanent €30 million (£26 million) transfer next summer. However, former Liverpool midfielder Steve McManaman has expressed doubts about whether the 27-year-old can secure a regular spot in Barcelona's starting lineup, noting that it's crucial for Rashford to hit the ground running. I thought it was an incredible move for him, to be very honest. The last couple of seasons at Manchester United, the way Manchester United performed, for him to leave and go to arguably one of the most exciting teams in Europe, I thought, he's got an amazing agent. Where's he going to fit in? The answer is I don't know. Because Rafinha, Robert, Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal, they had the most incredible season. So you think that is set in stone? You've got Ferran Torres behind them. They've moved a couple of players out. If anything, when you look at Barcelona's team, they need a couple of more defenders, but they go and bring in yet another forward. So we'll wait and see. McManaman added, I hope he's a huge success and I hope he does play, because it will benefit everybody if he does play. Marcus Rashford awaiting Barcelona registration. Barca swooped for Rashford as they wanted a new forward to provide Rafinha with cover and competition on the left flank. Rafinha had an unforgettable season, scoring 34 times in 57 games, but he certainly showed signs of fatigue in the latter few months of the campaign. If Rashford can demonstrate his very best form, then he has a chance of getting into the Barca starting 11, but that is far from guaranteed. The England star is also waiting to see if Barca will be able to register him before the transfer deadline on September 1st. Their first league match is against Mallorca on Saturday evening, and players such as Rashford, Szczęsny and Gerard Martin still have not been registered. Barcelona are taking urgent measures to resolve their registration issues and expect the situation to be settled within the next week or two. Goalkeeper Joan Garcia has now been officially registered after Marc-Andre ter Stegen submitted a medical report confirming he will be sidelined for several months. Manager HANSI Flick has expressed his frustration with how the club has handled player registrations. As Barcelona prepare for their first league match of the season, 6 players are still waiting to be officially registered. This isn't the first time Flick has faced such challenges. Last season he had to start the campaign without Dani Olmo due to registration delays. This year the problem has recurred, and Barcelona may once again have to rely on the injury exception to get Joan Garcia and other players registered in time. HANSI Flick unhappy with Barcelona registrations. It was near the top of the agenda for the media as Flick explained that he was not entirely content with the situation. For me, it's a situation that doesn't make me too happy. I trust the club. We have to wait until tomorrow. Last season was like that too. We're focusing on what's in our hands. That's all I have to say about it, he said when pressed a second time on player registrations. He was later asked whether he had always had such reserves of patience, or whether it was something he developed at Barcelona. Laughs. I thinks it's good to improve throughout your whole life, so I want to get better at these things. Flick dodges USA game question. Meanwhile, one of the hot topics in the Spanish media this week has been the USA game, with the RFEF approving a proposal to host Villarreal's home clash with Barcelona in Miami. It has been met with widespread criticism. Flick was asked whether he felt Barcelona would gain a competitive advantage from it, as Villarreal would lose their home game. I don't know what to say, I haven't thought about it yet. We don't even know if it will happen, I don't dedicate time to it. I'm just focused on the next game. Barcelona training is a positive sign for Flick. Meanwhile, Flick was optimistic about the season to come, noting that the aim was to continue improving, rather than win specific titles. We'll see what happens in the second season. What I can say is that we're working very hard. The quality in training is what we were looking for, we want to continue at the same level. 3 titles isn't the end, it's the beginning. We want to improve. It's about maintaining a winning mentality, and we're on the right track. Barcelona travel to face RCD Mallorca in their first game of the season at Son Moix, with kickoff scheduled for 19:30 Central European Summertime. Aston Villa are considering a last-minute move to sign Barcelona defender Hector Fort, according to Fabrizio Romano of GivenSport. The 19-year-old's future at the new camp is uncertain after reportedly clashing with manager HANSI Flick, and he could leave before the September 1st transfer deadline. Initial discussions between Barcelona and Villa are ongoing, with both clubs exploring the possibility of a deal. Villa are preparing for a busy end to the summer transfer window, as they have already agreed to sell midfielder Jacob Ramsey to Newcastle United for £40 million and are negotiating a loan move for Leon Bailey to Roma. Aston Villa keen on Barcelona's Hector Fort. Fort, who made his Barcelona first-team debut in December 2023, featured in 20 games across all competitions under Flick last term, starting on 5 occasions. The excellent defender served as a deputy for first-choice right-back Jules Koundé, but a sale is now on the cards as Barcelona are struggling to register new players for the new season and are still looking to offload several first-team stars before the deadline. Villa, meanwhile, recruited a promising Spanish right-back from La Liga in January when they welcomed former Levante ace Andrés Garcia on a long-term deal. The 22-year-old defender made 10 appearances during his first 6 months at Villa Park, including starting 5 games in the Premier League. Barcelona's goalkeeping situation has taken an unexpected twist ahead of their La Liga 2025-26 opener against Mallorca. According to Mundo Deportivo, young goalkeeper Diego Cachén was briefly listed on the official squad for the league, as number 31 alongside Iñaki Peña, while Marc-Andre ter Stegen appeared without an assigned number. Surprisingly, Cachén's name soon disappeared from the list, leaving fans and media puzzled over what had happened. It is to be noted that the club is currently facing registration challenges with several players, including Joan Garcia, Szczęsny and Marcus Rashford. With the opening game against Mallorca fast approaching, the uncertainty over these registrations has made the goalkeeper situation even more complicated. Kachen's brief appearance on the squad list raised questions, especially as it suggested he could be part of the matchday setup. Flick wants Kachen as third-choice goalkeeper. Although Kachen is not officially registered with La Liga, there is still a strong possibility he will be included in the squad to face Mallorca. As such, manager HANSI Flick is keen to have 3 goalkeepers available in case of any last-minute setbacks. So if Szczesny's registration is not completed in time, Kachen is expected to step in as the third option behind Joan Garcia and Inaki Peña. Because Kachen is a reserve team player under 23 years old, he can feature for the first team without a formal first-team registration. Crucial minutes in preseason. The 19-year-old American has already gained valuable experience, having toured Asia with Barcelona during preseason and even playing a few minutes in the 5-0 friendly win against Tegu FC. For the season ahead, Kachen is expected to remain the first-choice goalkeeper for Barça Athletic while also acting as the senior team's third-choice keeper. His sudden appearance and disappearance from the La Liga squad list might remain a mystery, but one thing is clear that Barcelona see him as an important part of their plans for both the present and future. According to an update from Mundo Deportivo, it has come to light that although Barcelona boss HANSI Flick did not explicitly confirm his starting 11 for the Mallorca clash, he did give subtle hints during the recent training session. The outlet bases the claim on the back of the 15 minutes that were given to the press to observe the team training. With squad registration still in progress, the German coach has made his selections while awaiting the green light for new signing Marcus Rashford. In that case, Joan Garcia's registration is expected to be a formality, but Rashford's remains pending. Up front, Flick is planning to deploy Ferran Torres as the starting striker. Lamine Yamal will occupy the right flank, while Rafinha is set to feature on the left. This forward trio blends youth, creativity and pace, giving Barca an aggressive attacking setup for the opening match. In midfield, Fermin Lopez is in line to start ahead of Dani Olmo. The decision comes after Fermin's standout performance in the Joan Gamper Trophy and concerns over Olmo's recent muscle discomfort, which has led the coaching staff to proceed with caution. Frenkie de Jong and Pedri will complete the midfield trio, with Pedri operating in a more creative role and de Jong dictating the tempo. At the back, Alejandro Balde is locked in on the left side, with Ronald Araujo partnering Pau Cubarsí in central defense. Eric Garcia appears to have the edge over Jules Koundé for the right-back spot, given Koundé's recovery from last season's injury and the staff's preference to manage his return carefully. Meanwhile, promising youngsters Pedro Diarra Fernandez, Tony Fernandez, Gil Fernandez, and Jofre Torrens trained with the first team this week. While their inclusion in the squad remains undecided, Flick could turn to one or more of them for depth. The final matchday squad will be confirmed on Saturday morning. Dani Rodriguez's future hangs in the balance, Rashford's registration drama continues, and HANSI Flick is set to make some big decisions for the season opener. What do you think? Will Dani stay or move to Valencia? Can Rashford break into the starting 11? Comment below with your predictions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on all the latest Barcelona news.